It wasn't long ago that I set out my career as a hairstylist, a young girl with dreams of creating flawless looks and turning heads of hair. As my obsession with hair grew, my obsession for the perfect curls grew more, and in my 17 years as a stylist, I have cracked the code to long-lasting curls. Whether you want massive, big, bouncy curls or soft beach waves, the steps we're covering in this video hold the key to unlocking the secrets that make curls last. I'll be sharing all the things you need to know prior to curling, as well as showing you my favorite tips and tricks when curling and styling. Are you ready? Let's go. Secret 1, drowning in your hair. The #1 curl killer for hair lies right in the basics. Imagine trying to float in a pool with a backpack full of bricks. It sounds impossible. You would be in a constant battle trying to stay afloat so you don't drown by getting way down to the bottom. This was not fun to act out. When you have plans to curl your hair, you want to make sure that you're not setting your hair up for a constant fight to hold that curl by drowning it with the wrong products. Drowning your hair usually starts in the shower with your shampoo and conditioner. Because hair already has a bit of an uphill battle to hold curl, you wanna make sure that you are using a lighter shampoo and conditioner when you know you're going to curl your hair. If you have fine hair, while volume shampoos often get a bad rap because they can tend to be a bit drying, they are, however, the perfect match for your hair when it comes to shampooing prior to curling. By roughing up the hair just a smidge, they create that perfect canvas for curls to grip onto. It is like prepping your hair with a little bit of controlled chaos, just the right amount of wild to get the curls to cooperate. If you have medium to coarse hair, you want to avoid your heaviest smoothing shampoo and opt for a more flexible shampoo and conditioner that's not going to weigh down or smooth out your hair quite as much. For my fine hair ladies, my go-to for years when curling my hair has always been Moroccan-Oil's Extra Volume Shampoo and Conditioner. They have stolen the crown as my absolute favorite. The shampoo gets your hair squeaky clean, while the conditioner detangles like a dream, balancing out that dryness without adding any extra weight. It is like eating a cake, but minus the calories. Always nice. For my medium to coarse haired gals, L'Oreal's Pro Longer is my favorite option as it will still give you the hydration your hair needs, but it won't be nearly as heavy as your typical smoothing shampoos. These suggestions aren't meant to replace your other shampoo and conditioners for everyday washes, but these are great choices for those curl-worthy occasions to help prep your hair the correct way. Think of this as your hair's party outfit, glamorous and functional, but not something that you would wear every day. Bonus tip, for any hair type, if you feel like conditioner, no matter what you use, weighs down your hair on your washes, you know you are going to curl your hair, you can skip the conditioner and use a leave-in in its place. I don't recommend skipping an in-shower conditioner on a regular basis, but this is a tip that can help keep those curls intact. Before moving on, I wanna say thank you for being here and welcome if you're new. Drop a comment below if you have ever heard of using a different shampoo and conditioner when it comes to curling your hair. I love connecting with you guys in the comments, so keep them coming. Secret 2, bone dry. As a hairstylist of 17 years, I have found that hair tends to hold a curl slightly better on second day hair versus curling it the same day as wash day. Who wants to do that? However, as a girl who loves curling their hair, I don't often have the patience to wait and want it done day of. Because of this, the process of drying and curling your hair can seem quite lengthy, meaning you're looking to find ways to cut corners, shortening the process, and that usually stems in the blow dry. Imagine that you step out of the shower, hair dripping like a leaky faucet, and you think, hey, why not give curling a shot while it's still wet? Come on, Summer, we're not that dumb. We know better than to curl wet hair. You're absolutely correct. I know you guys know better than that. However, your hair doesn't have to be soaking wet in order for curl to be in jeopardy. Even the slightest hint of moisture left in your hair can alter how well your curls hold, as well as create damage to your hair. To ensure that your hair is fully dry prior to curling, you want to make sure you are blow drying your hair in sections. Even if you rough dry your hair, breaking your hair into 2 to 3 sections will allow the heat to be evenly distributed through the hair, making sure that the hair is dry from the top of your roots all the way down to your ends. Even in the most fine, thin hair, that middle section of your hair will not get hit with the same amount of heat as your roots and ends. So blow drying in sections will always make sure to dry your hair fully. After you have dried your hair, you want to feel your hair with your hands. If your hair feels slightly cool or moist to the touch, it is still damp and you need to go ahead and dry more. Curling damp hair would be like entering a steamy shower and expecting your hair to come out as nice as it looked when you went in. It's just not happening. So be sure you are fully drying your hair in your blow dry. Bonus tip, you will want to wear a shower cap when your hair is curled to protect your curls against the steam a shower naturally creates. Secret 3, rough waters. Imagine being out on the water, living your best life boating around. Smooth waters are best as you want a nice relaxing time on the water. Too rough of seas and well, we know where that goes. While you may want a smooth surface when boating, your hair, however, does not when it comes to curls, and this is another reason why your hair might not be holding a curl. You're not creating any texture, aka rough waters. Without texture, curls in your hair have nothing to cling to. It's like trying to scrub a dirty dishpan with a soft rag. Yes, it might clean it some, but to really get the job done, you need a power sponge with texture and grit. So how do we give our hair that much needed grip? This is where we introduce texture spray and hairsprays. These magical potions are like the architects of our hair masterpiece. Think of your hair as a pristine, icy rink or a freshly paved road, smooth as silk, but lacks character. Texture sprays and hairsprays, they are like adding those bumps and grooves to that surface, giving your hair something to hold onto. When curling your hair, my suggestions for these products are Living Proof's Dry Volume for max texture and Sexy Hair's High Tide for a more touchable texture. Moroccan Oil's Strong Spray and Living Proof's Flex Spray are my favorites to lock your curl in. These products are the superheroes to your hair strands when curling, and in just a bit I'm gonna show you exactly how to use your texture and hairspray to get max hold when curling, but first we have one more secret to spill. Secret 4, going too big. Small is the name of the game when it comes to the size of your iron for stubborn hair that fights holding curl. Even if you're dreaming of those loose, bouncy waves, you have got to start with tighter curls first. Why? Because even with the right products and steps, those curls are still just naturally going to drop and loosen. So when you use too big of an iron, your curls are going to vanish, let's say, faster than socks in a dryer.
Where are all my socks?
The amount of socks I lose is a serious problem. When it comes to curling your hair, precision is key. Fine hair types, you wanna use a 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch size curling iron. These two iron sizes should be the only size you reach for, whether your hair is long or short. More coarse hair types, you can use up to a 1¼ inch iron, but a 1 inch iron really is the sweet spot for longer lasting curls, along with the other steps in this video. My holy grail brand is T3. I am always happy with the performance of their hot tools, and I feel luxurious every single time I use them because they are just so pretty to look at. Another brand I love is Babyliss. It is a more affordable option, but still gives great results, and I will drop links down below so you guys can go ahead and check them out if you are on the hunt for a new curling iron. Now I want to show you the correct way to use your iron along with the texture and hairsprays that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to be curling my hair in a bouncier look, as I feel the trends we're seeing right now is all about embracing body and volume, which I am here for. When you are using your curling iron, you want to curl sections of hair that are the same size and width as your iron. It's okay if the hair is a little smaller or larger than your iron, but try to keep it as close in size as possible. What this is going to do is it's going to allow your iron to evenly heat your hair all the way through. If the size of section is too large, it's gonna be harder for that heat to spread, meaning that your curl isn't gonna be as uniform and will be likely to drop faster than if you took the correct size sections. Before you place your iron in your hair, you want to first, spray a heat protectant onto your hair. My current favorite is Moroccan Oil's Perfect Defense, and you need just a light coating of spray on the top and bottom of your hair. Then you are going to want to spray a light coating of your texture spray on the hair. You don't want to soak your hair with it, just enough to add that grit. That grit is going to provide the help to hold the curl. Once you have sprayed both your heat protectant and texture spray, you will then place your hair into the iron, making sure your section is close in width to the size of that iron. Hold for a count of up to 10 seconds and then let the iron out of the hair. You'll notice how I am rolling almost all of the ends into the iron. This is going to help create that nice bouncy look with your curls. Think those 90s vibes. So once you let your hair out of your iron, do not touch or pull your hair at this time. When you do this, you're immediately loosening that curl, which we don't want. Your hair is naturally going to loosen on its own some, and we don't need to assist that. So after you have curled your last piece of hair in your section, you'll grab your hairspray and just lightly coat the hair. By spraying your hair while it's still warm from the iron, it's gonna help lock that curl into place more as it cools down. Whatever you do, do not touch your curls until you have curled all of your hair and it has cooled down. You will continue to repeat these same steps while curling the rest of your hair, remembering to take sections of hair in similar width to the size of your iron. Never, ever, ever forget your heat protection spray along with that texture spray prior to placing your iron in your hair. If you want to create more texture, you can, in other sections of your hair, change the direction of your curl by curling some sections forward and other sections backwards. This helps create the look of more fullness in the hair and also helps to just keep things fun. The hair right along my face, I like to curl backwards as I find it looks more natural. Remember to roll up some of those ends if you want the most bouncy look. Otherwise, you can leave out more of the ends for a softer look. When you get to the top of your section, you can create a little more texture in your section by wrapping your iron up closer to your scalp. I find this creates just a little bit more volume and body in the hair here, and if you're anything like me, you are a sucker for volume. One can never have enough. After you've curled all of your hair, you'll want to do one final coating of hairspray all throughout your hair. You're gonna let those curls fully cool down, and then you can lightly run your fingers through your hair to just slightly smooth the curl. We have got some beautiful curls that will be sure to put a smile on anyone's face. Here you can see taking these steps has my curls lasting me 3 full days because I prep my hair as mentioned throughout this video. It makes all the difference. If you have to touch up 1 or 2 sections of hair, that is completely okay and expected. On my day 3, I typically add a texture paste to just kick up the volume some, but because we took the correct steps, we hardly have any effort to put in through the rest of the week, meaning you have time for other things and less stress is put on your hair. You may still be wondering though,
Summer, what other product should I use in my blow dry?
are you sure I need a smaller iron?
What about humidity?
I address all that and more in this video right here, where you can find out the 5 secrets for long-lasting volume, where I share insider tips that you don't want to miss out on. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.